Hi guys, Tony here with a new lesson. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you're in the mood for some blues, you've came to the right place. If you're a beginner, you're also in the right place because this is a beginner's blues lesson, and we're going to be looking at a really nice blues progression, but we're going to be looking at some licks using the E blues scale in between, and this is a really great exercise to work on the dexterity of your fingers, and we're going to be working on that, bringing all your fingers together so that they really get the hang of moving up and down the fretboard. And I want you just to go at your own pace with this, and you know, if you keep practicing, at the end of it you're going to have something really fun to play. So let's just get right into it. Before we do though, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. You'll get videos every day, and if you like this lesson, then give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. Anyways, let's just get right into the lesson, alright? So we're going to start with this cool power chord. That's a cool thing. I use this a lot because it's quite rocky. Alright, so we get our first finger on the A string, the second string down. Okay, and what I'm doing is I'm getting that low E string itself like that. It's alright if it's rattly, because that's bluesy. It's a bluesy rattle. Alright, so we get that with the second fret, so it's like a power chord, right? And I go 1, 2, middle finger on 3, give it a little bluesy nudge down, then off again. If you don't need to nudge it down, I just kind of do that anyway. So make sure you've got that. Alright. Now once you've got that, we're going to play this little run from the scale, and it's going to go like this. Alright. Like that, right? Now again, we can do this slow, we don't need to do it fast. We go 0, 3, 5. Okay, and all I'm doing is I'm climbing up the blues scale here. 0, 3, 5, and I want you to use the right fingers. Your index for 1, and 3, your third finger for 5, right? Right. Then 6, 7. Alright, just climb up there with your third finger. 0, 3, 5, 6, 7. And then on the A string, 5, 7. So let's practice that nice and slow, right? Now I'm going to go through the whole progression. There will be a playthrough of everything at the end as well, so you've got that to use for practice. Alright, so make sure you got that down, right? Rewind and play and pause as many times as you need. Alright, then we've got to do the same thing again, right? The power chord. But this time we're going to climb back the exact same way, starting from the 7th fret. Alright, 7, 5, again using the same fingers. 7, 5, 7, 6, 5, 3, 0. And again, when I get to the 3 here, it's a really good note to bend down a little bit if you can. Gives just that extra bluesy feel. Alright, so all together with that, we've got this. Now next we're going to move in to the A chord, or the A power chord. So I'm going to do everything that I did there, but down a string, okay? Or the first part, should I say. So from the A string, we want to try and miss this low E string out now, right? We're just going to these, right? So again, I've got my finger here on the D string this time, and I'm getting that A string open. And this time, I'm going to climb up the scale, start from the A string. Okay? It's the exact same thing, but just a string down. this time I'm using the A scale rather than the E scale, which works. So it's a good way to practice your fingers in both scales, alright? So and then we're going to go back to the first one, an E. But we're going to climb back the way. For that. And they are the first 4 chords and licks that you're going to do. Okay, we've only got a couple left. Alright, but that is the bulk of it, right? So, like, again, it's all going to sound like this, right? These 4 parts. Nice and slow. One more time. Backwards. A. E. Backwards. Alright, and then we're going to go into our turnaround part, okay, which means we're going to go into a B7. Alright, so a B7, if you haven't done it, you get your middle finger on the A string, the 2nd fret, your first finger on the 1st fret of the D, your 3rd finger on G in the 2nd fret. Alright, just got to strum it the same way we do this. 1 and 2, 3, like that, right? And again, this is all working on your finger dexterity and your finger movement, right? And this is a really good one. We're using the open E blues scale for here. And we're doing this 2, 1, 0, 3, 2, 1, 0 on the A string, 3 on the low E, 0, 1, 2. So alright, again, make sure you practice this nice and slow. Make sure you get the notes right. I've got to strum that one more time. Move into an E chord right after that. So maybe that strum might be a little bit tight. If it is, you just leave it. And then you move into the A7 chord. 1 and 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to climb up the scale. 2, 0, 2, 1, 0, 3, 3. Like this, right? So let me just play that through for you. Don't worry if it's getting a little bit much for you. Again, I'm going to walk through it all at the end. Just take it lick by lick. So far in B7 we've got this. Alright. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. 2, 0, 2, 1, 0, 3, 3. And again, keep an eye on the fingers that we're using here. This is just as much an exercise as it is for something fun for you to play, right? 2, 0, 2, 1, 0, 3, 3. And then we're going to go back into our main lick. And that's it, finished. Alright, so let's have a little walkthrough at full speed. And that's it, guys. Now, just a quick note at the end. If you are a beginner and if you are struggling with this. I've came across a few of my students that are, I put some lessons up and it's difficult, and sometimes it can be disheartening when your fingers aren't moving the way that you want them to. The way you're forgetting when I'm playing, or when any, more experienced players are playing, they have been practicing and playing for a long time. I was exactly where you are. I've been a beginner, complete novice, for years. Really struggled with comparing myself with other guitarists as well. It's difficult when you go online and you think you're doing good, and then it can be disheartening. But don't compare yourself to anyone else. Just compare yourself to you yesterday. And as long as you're a little bit better than you were yesterday, that's great. That's all you need to do. So just try and be a little bit better. Try and push yourself out your comfort zone, and that's how you'll grow. That's how you'll get better. What seems really difficult today will feel easy tomorrow. Or maybe not tomorrow, but maybe in a week's time. That's the way it works. You need to get everything under these fingers. Alright? Anyway, guys, take it easy. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you liked it, of course. I hope you did. And I'll see you soon with the next lesson.